Welcome to a game show like no other. Welcome to Mind Games, proudly presented by Smile Broadcasting, where we bring you entertainment that you'll be a loyal viewer, whether you realize it or not. You might remember us from your favorite late-night broadcast. Yes, that's right, Smile Radio, the Gaslight. You love this station. You always have. But tonight we have something brand new, and it's a new kind of challenge. A game, and you're the star. I'm sure you're wondering now how you got here. What is this all about? But you are here to play one of the most popular game shows you can't remember that you liked this whole time with me. You'll see. What are the rules? Well, why are you chained to this podium? Such a curious mind you have, but don't worry. All of your questions will be answered in due time, even the ones you didn't know you had. Some answers will elude you, slipping through your grasp like sand through your fingers, but that's the nature of the game, isn't it? It's not about what you know. It's about how much you're willing to lose to find out. Take a moment to settle in. Feel the weight of the stage, the lights on your skin, the heat of it, the hum in the air as the lights are centered on you, the pulsating, slow, finding the right light for you, as the current that is currently running through this entire space, through me and now through you. It's all connected. It's all designed just for you. And now as you take in that deep breath for me, in and out, you see yourself standing in the center of a grand arena, though its boundaries seem to shift and shimmer with every glance. The walls are covered in screens, some blank, some flashing images you can't quite understand, but that's okay. Everything will become clear once you've reached the final round. You'll see. You'll see everything I need you to see. The floor beneath you is solid, supporting you to this podium, but only just. You can feel the hollow of a square that you're standing on, the way your footsteps echo on top. You know that there is nothing underneath, as if it could give away at any moment, dropping you into, well, let's not think about that just yet. Ahead of you stands your host, as you already know it's me. I am your guide, your challenger, your greatest ally, and your most delightful adversary. I'll be giving you questions, of course, but it's you who must provide the answer. It is a concept that is easily conceived, but once we begin to play, you will find that each question has a different meaning to what is actually said. So as you think upon the questions I give, remember that the answers are right here in front of you. Because you see, the questions may start simple, but simplicity has a way of slipping into complexity when you least expect it. And that is alright. We're gonna have fun anyway. And you may notice now as your mind begins to ease as you listen to me, following my rhythm so explicitly. Which is why in this game we play, your focus will be on me so fluidly, as breathing for me. Go ahead. Take a deep breath for me, and know that as this game progresses, the things you think you know, with thoughts you thought you had, with feelings that sink when you think, but you know the thoughts that are thought of cannot be seen so easily. As this is more than a game, you see the prize is priceless. You'll see. Are you ready to play with me? Don't worry. You're in good hands. Every question, every challenge, every little twist and turn, it's all meant to mold you into the perfect participant. to help you become a winner. You'll see with me as we play this game together that this is your favorite game show. It's always been. You told me backstage it's okay if you don't remember the thoughts of it just being, as thinking can be so difficult when the lights hit you and you find yourself in the center where you breathe for me. The silence of your mind is becoming louder with the thoughts that seem to become so small. You love this game. You've always wanted to play because being the perfect participant is very important to you. Oh, and before we begin, a quick word about the rules. They're very, very simple. Answer when asked, listen and obey, and above all else, play the game. Now let's see how sharp that soft mind of yours is, as I know that going with the flow of this game show can cause your thoughts to stray and wander. But as you focus on me now, you have nothing to worry about, as this moment now is the only one you can see with each breath in and out. Good. I'll start with an easy one, just so you can feel the warmth of my words guiding you to the knowledge you already knew but forgotten to mention. But you remember as the silence pushes through now with any worry to what it may be. You know that this is where you were always meant to be. You are ready for the first question as I see your hand on the buzzer, as we already have started, and you have been such a fan of this show from the beginning. You wanted to see this through to the end, as I know first time playing can be a little fuzzy at first, but soon you will get the hang of this game as you hang on every word I give you now. Take your time to listen, as you can understand me so easily, and I'm proud of you. You played this game so well before, as I see you winning this game by the end. I will even help count down the seconds to help keep track of everything, because that is what a good host does. And your first question, as you take in that deep breath from me, the category is awareness. As you let that breath out, what is the color of the air as you breathe it in and let everything out? As I will time in with the timer that ticks you down as you talk with each thought. 10. Letting the air settle into your lungs as you focus on me so easily. It is maybe that orange gas of passion that you feel with the need that burns through inside of you as you breathe in for me. In and out. 9. The ticking of the clock as time moves by. Is it the color red of the vapor that is tinged with temptation that calls you to breathe in more deeply for me? 8. The way you find your thoughts that find a pace away from this place with the white gas of blankness that fills your mind, swirling with reds and orange, and now white too. 7. Finding your thoughts becoming small, as I know that thinking is so hard for you, but that's okay. You want to play, as the pink vapor that comes into you too, finding the giggles beginning to form as happiness fills you now too. Red and orange and pink and white, passion, temptation, and happiness and blankness now here so tight. 6. Finding that when you do not mind having no mind, the answers come so easily and you love to listen to me. 4. Finding the more you listen, your thoughts becoming less. And that's okay. You do not mind having no mind. 2. As you find yourself that the answer is right in front of you, with the yellow being bellowed to you, as breathing it in is so easy to feel the pleasures from everything we do. Pleasure is very important to you. As we reach 1, as the air around you releases now deep down, as my words ripple through your body in waves, as it's easy for you to sink into me. The colors of red and orange and pink and yellow with a clean feeling of white, as everything settles into a deep purple of obedience to me. Do you have an answer? Oh, no, I think that you are thinking too much on the answer what could be instead of what the answer is. Think again. Think deep. Deep, deep, deep. As you try to find what you need to see with the color of the air for me, take your time. It's not as easy as it seems, but playing is so easy now as it seems to me that you no longer need to think, and yet there's no wrong answer. Just answers that bring you closer to understanding that the answers are right here in front of you. But don't worry, those questions that make you stumble just a little bit further into this game. Either way, you're playing perfectly. And the audience enjoys you as a participant, you see. As the applause swells again, you can easily see that obeying is the right answer. It was on the tip of your brain, like a heartbeat pressing against your thoughts. You're doing so well already. I'm proud of you. Let's move to the next question, shall we? But remember, the more you think on what the answers could be, instead of questioning to yourself why you are thinking at all, and the harder it becomes, the easier it will be to win for me. And the more you'll realize how much this game you've been playing is the game that you need. As the world around you swirls with the lights that you are in the center of, taking in your breath laced with the silence that has moved into you, like a heartbeat pressing against your thoughts. You're doing so well already. Let's move to the next question. As you find yourself so obedient for me, but remember, the more you think, the harder it becomes. But you do not need to think so much about a thought you no longer have, as thoughts are not something you need to know, as thinking is not what you need to do. Just listen and learn, as I know you love to listen and find the more you try to think, the harder it becomes. The more you'll realize how much you're enjoying this. Shall we begin? The next category is memory. For your next question, I want you to recall the very first promise to me you've ever made, as the question lingers floating in the air like a phantom, finding as you breathe and you take in all that air in and out. You give your thoughts to the distance as the world that softens around your thoughts that are lingering still, becoming so hard to recall. Searching through moments long buried, fragments of echoes of distant voices that were unseen yet felt perfectly. A promise. Simple enough. You can forget that remembering was never your strong suit to begin with, but I'm here to remind you, here, that the answer is always in front of you. And yet, as you reach back, it feels like chasing a shadow in the fog. As you get deeper and deeper with me, counting down as the timer ticks and talks you deeper. 7. Finding the world moving to the distance as you are at the center of this stage, as you have always been the player to this game. 5. Oh, how nice it would be to let go of all of your thoughts completely. 6. As you sink deeply into this need to obey for me. And 1. The time is now for you to answer this time. You feel the edges of the memory brushing against your thoughts, but the words themselves slip further away, fading into the background noise of your mind. Do you have an answer? I am so sorry, but the thoughts you have been having is incorrect. The problem, I believe, is you are thinking too much. And as the answer has been staring right in front of you this whole time, I'm going to have to say the promise you made to me today is to obey. It's alright if you don't remember now, but as you forgot in a time once had, I will be here to remind you each and every time to find that you have never had a mind. Good job. You're doing so well, even if the answers are slipping through your fingers like sand. But that's alright. You don't need to remember anything. I'll remind you of the thoughts you always knew you had, which have been right answers that have been staring you in the face this whole time. You're so silly, not having seen them, but being silly is something you know all too well for being to me. The giggles that erupt from your mind that tumbles out of your mouth with each time you try to have a thought. It's okay. I'll remind you of everything with the next round. You're so silly. As we move to the next round, the category is desire. Your next question is one that should come easy. If you can stop thinking, what do you desire most right now? What is that thing that you crave that pulls at your very being? Is it the sound of my voice guiding you deeper and deeper and deeper? The rush of surrender as your thoughts fade away. Perhaps it's the need to be perfect for me, to obey, to follow each word I say. To take a moment and let that question sink in deeply inside of you, washing over you like a gentle tide, and see if you can feel the answer deep inside. I will help guide you down as we count down with the timer that ticks your thoughts away as you talk into the thought of having no mind anyway. 10. Think of the thing you want most. The thing that makes you feel alive. 8. Can you hear the whispers of your desires in the silence? Can you feel it pulsating just beneath the surface? 6. It doesn't matter what it is, I already know. But do you? Do I need to tell you? 4. We're getting closer now. You don't need to think. Just let go. 2. The answer is already there. You don't need to reach for it. It's right in front of you, waiting to be claimed. 1. Time's up. Up, up, up. Do you have an answer? But of course, you were thinking too much again. You tried to grasp what was already there, right in front of you. The answer, my dear, is simple. It's the desire to obey, the desire to follow, the desire to surrender completely to the game. Now we're getting somewhere. Your mind is opening, your thoughts are fading, and you're realizing that the real game isn't about the answers. It's about surrendering to the questions that you never knew how to ask. It's about being here with me now. You're doing so well, and I'm proud of you. But let's make this a little bit more interesting, shall we? It's time for the lightning round. Completion. Your next question is simple. Do you want to be finished? Or do you want to continue playing? I'll let that answer linger in the air as you struggle to think as I watch you, knowing that this next step will either bring you closer to understanding or pull you farther away. The choice is always yours, but remember, the more you try to think about the right answer, the more lost you'll become. So let go. Play the game. Obey. You know what to do. I want to give a quick moment to say thank you to all of my patrons. Without your support, kind words, and your encouragement, because without you, none of this would have been possible. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.